me. My name is Edshara, and today I'm sharing my 2018 reading goals. Now, when I sat down to make my list of goals, I chose to focus on things that I was interested in rather than goals that were perhaps more challenging, just because I feel like if I'm more interested in it, I will actually stick to it throughout the year, and that just works better for me. Now, first up is wrap-ups. I plan to try and do wrap-ups twice a month. I want to do a mid-month wrap-up and an end-of-the-month wrap-up. And this is just because I feel like I talk about doing wrap-ups, but then I don't actually do them. And I know that was because I was putting a lot of pressure on myself to film my wrap-ups, and then it was turning out to not be fun and I was avoiding them altogether. But I want to make sure that I'm sharing my thoughts with you about the books that I tell you I'm going to read. So I think if I do more wrap-ups talking about less books perhaps in each one, that I'll actually stick to doing them. So that's my first goal. And my second reading goal is one that I've talked about previously, and that is I would like to reread more. I had a chance to reread a couple of books last year, and I really enjoyed the process of rediscovering books that I enjoyed a couple of years ago, as well as seeing, how I've changed as a reader and how I've grown as a reader. So I would definitely love to keep that up this year. And my third reading goal is to get back to reading before I buy. Before I started watching booktube videos, before I started creating booktube videos, I would only buy books that I had previously read, or I would only buy books by authors that I had previously read. And I got away from that in 2017 just because I wanted to treat myself, and I hadn't really been buying books for quite a few years, and so I was just buying books, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I realized that there were certain books that I was buying, and yes, I was enjoying them, but I would think about it and it would be like, I don't really think I'm going to reread this, so what's the point of having it on my shelf? And I also bought a lot of books just because they were cheap, and while that's a good thing, again, I want to make sure that the books that I have in my collection are books that I am going to revisit over and over again. And so in order to do that, I need to get back to checking books out from the library and reading them before I make the decision to buy them. Fourth reading goal is a TBR jar. Now, like I said, I bought a lot of books last year, most of them books that I have not yet read, and because I am a moody reader and I have a tendency to put books off, I feel like a TBR jar is going to help me get these books read. So for me, instead of a jar, I'm going to be using this nifty little book box that I picked up a couple of weeks ago. And I've already entered in all of the books that I have. The red strips are physical books and the blue strips are ebooks that I own. And my fifth and final reading goal for 2018 is to finally read the Harry Potter series. I'm really excited to start the series. Everybody here on BookTube just about gushes about this series, and so I really want to read it. Now, I do plan on reading the books through my library. I want to make sure that I love the series before I go out and spend so much money on this series. So I'm going to try to read them through the library, which may affect how often or how quickly I'm able to read them, just because whether it is the physical book or the ebook, you usually have to put a hold on the books. But what I do plan to do is, as I finish or as I'm reading the first book, if I'm really enjoying it, I'm going to start putting money aside separately so that I can end up buying myself this series either by my birthday, or at the least I'll get it for Christmas. So expect individual reviews for each of the books as I read them. And that is it for my 2018 goals. Let me know in the comments down below some of your 2018 goals. I'm going to try to catch up on all of the videos that I have avoided watching because I didn't want to second guess my own goals. And again, thank you guys for watching. Until next time, God bless. Bye!